It's In Wheel Time, Houston's most fun and informative car talk show on SB Nation Radio 1560. And time now for this hour's car review. And we're going to take a look at the 2018 Honda Accord. Sedan. But before we get to that, I wanted to give you a little background. First introduced to American car buyers in 1976. The Honda Accord is the second longest running automotive nameplate in Honda's history after the Honda Civic. Accord has become a household name over 9 generations and 42 model years. It's hard to believe that it's been that long. And since its introduction, American car buyers have purchased more Accords than any other passenger car, with total U.S. sales exceeding 13 million vehicles.
Not surprised. I mean, it's been number one car on and off through the years.
The 9th generation Accord has been the top-selling retail-selling mid-size car in America for the past 6 years. That's 2011 through 2016. The Accord was the first automobile from a Japanese automaker to be manufactured in America and has been in continuous production at the company's Maryville, Ohio auto plant since November 1st of 1982 using domestic and globally sourced parts. Total U.S. Accord production exceeds 11 million units. In 87, Accord became the first U.S.-made automobile from a Japanese automaker to be exported overseas. The sedan went over to Taiwan.
Well, and when you look at the car, you know, all of the cars now have that sticker of U.S. content.
Right.
You know, Accord's content in some instances is higher than the content of some of the domestically named brands.
It's weird. So, 2018 Honda Accord sedan. Now, there are several trim levels, including the LX, the Sport, the EX, the EXL, and the Touring. I had the 2.0 turbocharged Touring model. It's a mid-size sedan, seats 5 passengers. It's all new for 2018. Exterior features, sharp-looking fastback design, bold new grille, attractive rear fascia with dual exhaust. Good color choices, too, by the way. What I liked, the new look dates the outgoing model. It's that different. Interior highlights, eye-catching design with wood trim in our Touring trim level, well-placed controls, good rear seat legroom, infotainment system seems angled a little bit too much, so it catches too much direct sun at times. Cargo trunk room adequate for a midsize sedan with fold-down rear seat backs. Remember, they started that, I don't know, over a dozen years ago, and Honda stuck with it. Some of the car manufacturers have the center console armrest
That opens up so you can put your skis in,
right,
but not everything else.
And we have no skis here. So anyway, that's a cool feature that I did like. What could use improvement? So obviously, I only had this one particular model, and it had a push-button gear selector on the center console. Now, it looks cool. It works good. But the problem that I have with that design is that if you have small children that get in and play, or you have a dog that happens to like to stand on the center console,
Which is common,
then there's a good chance that it could go into a gear that you don't want it to go into.
not like the old Chrysler push buttons that actually put them on the driver's side of the dash as opposed to in the footprint of the console.
Correct. One of the other issues that I had with it was that low tire pressure monitor indicator came on the dashboard. Okay? TPMS, the low tire thing.
Yeah, it's a little tire with a exclamation point in it.
But it didn't tell me which tire was low.
A lot of them don't.
Well,
which is odd.
My 2001 Chevrolet Corvette does that.
Oh, it doesn't even. Your Corvette actually tells you what the tire pressure is
in each tire.
Yeah. No, a lot of them don't identify which tire. Most of the
cars I get, and when you see the price point, you'll, I think, agree with me in the fact that at that price point, it should tell me which tire. Come to find out, I still never really found out which tire it was, even though I checked the tire pressures, put a little bit of air in one tire. I think it may have been the spare, but I didn't check the spare. So there's that.
And that would keep you from wandering around the car if you knew it was the spare.
2.0 liter dual overhead cam VTEC direct injection 4-cylinder engine, 252 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque through a CVT transmission.
Which is a greater use of CVTs in the Hondas than in the past. Usually the Honda CVT was only in the smaller vehicles. Now they've put it up in their midsize car.
Gets 22 city, 32 highway for a combined of 26. I got 24.7. I liked the easy revving horsepower of the engine. You know.
Now, is this with the turbo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-liter turbo. Yeah. Okay. Ride and handling, corners well. I think that they need to look at the front shocks. It seems a little bit too compliant during full movement. It kind of feels like it may be hitting the bump stops on the suspension in the front. If you go over a big undulation in the concrete, there's that.
And that's unusual because usually the Honda suspension's relatively taut.
It kind of surprised me. Base model price $24,465. Base trim price $36,695. Price is tested $36,695. It's loaded, so everything's there. So for the $37,000 price tag on this car, I think that they need to relook at that
Tire
TPS.
pressure monitor.
Yeah, I mean it's a stupid, silly thing, but hey,
and it's
there.
The technology's there because so many other manufacturers do it.
So Toyota Camry starts at $23,645. Mazda 6 starts at $21,945, and the Ford Fusion goes for $22,215 at the entry level. And that's the review of the 2018 Honda Accord sedan.
And they will sell the daylights out of it.
Well, they will because they always have. We bought a new one in 2003 because we wanted something we could put a lot of miles on. We were putting like 20,000 miles a year on cars.
I actually owned a Honda Accord, believe it or not, with wife number 2 in the 80s, and a great car, loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we put 200,000 miles on it, and the granddaughter's driving it now, and it still keep rocking.
Very dependable vehicle.